Love me some of that sweet jazz drum beat. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more EarthBound. Last time, we scaled the Monotoli building, or at least walked through 3 floors of it. These newfangled kids and their newfangled elevating technology machines. They're no good, I tell you. They don't know the true hard reality of scaling an entire skyscraper like kids in my generation did. We lived very dangerous existences. And we made it to the top of the Monotoli building, learning that Monotoli was not such a bad guy. He was being manipulated by Gygus. I could not reunite Ness and Paula and not have them do the interlocking noses thing. I like that. Their sprites are just so perfect for it. And we learned that Gygus does not want us going to Summers. Au contraire, we'll be going to Summers. This time, we're catching a ride with the Runaway Five and seeing how fast we can get there. First, I want to check in with the man. Oh, he's not saying anything different. Okay. On the way out, I have a story I'd like to share about this very building. Stephen George is a fellow EarthBound aficionado and knows some things that I don't, so I asked him if he would clear up a few things that I wasn't sure of. I asked him if it was Monotoli or Monotoli, because it's based on the word Monopoly. He immediately laughs in my face and says, "You are way overthinking this. It's Monotoli. No one has ever said Monotoli." And then I just shrunk down and was like, "I've said Monotoli my whole life." So then he was just like, "Oh." Steven, you are good at putting your foot in your mouth. Oh, hello, how are you? This is Apple Kid. I think I'm a real genius. In fact, I know I'm a genius. Why? Well, I have discovered the primary enemy of you and all of humanity. We have to fight and defeat this being. To do so, we need to invent a machine called the Phase Distorter. I've got to find the wandering scientist, Dr. Ananuts, and make the distorter, so I may be gone for a while. Later. Click. Got that quick phone call. Next, we're gonna head into the elevator. Are you a friend of the Runaway Five? Would an autograph be asking too much? Nah, I don't mean your autograph, silly. I'm a little disappointed that Ness doesn't turn away like the elevator girl with the hips, because not being able to show his face around this one would be an even funnier reaction than it is there. When I'm off duty for my bodyguard job, I still have plenty of pent-up energy. Don't worry, I won't come after you. Unless you're kind of itching for a fight. A lot has happened to me. I have to try and sort it all out. Thinking it's tough for me. Sorting out your priorities is tough for anyone, buddy. Don't take it personally. Like, really, it's not just you. We see that indeed, Pokey is gone. We only saw Pokey leave through Heli the helicopter. I always call it that because I remember seeing it in Super Smash Bros. Melee and noting the text Heli on it and thinking it was really cute. And, you know, it's kind of like a big bulbous helicopter and looks really funny. Yeah, I'm going with Heli the helicopter. It's its name. But despite that, Pokey's dad is also gone. Going down to the first floor. Hello, this is Orange Kid. Sorry I haven't called lately. I'm still working on a way to change boiled eggs into raw eggs. It's taking longer than I thought. I'm really gonna work at it, though. Talk to me later. Click. There is the Runaway Five right over there. That's not where I wanna... There's no need to wait. Never mind, I guess it is where I wanna go. Yeah, let's crawl in through the front grill. It's gotta be one of those old things where like the trunk is in the front and the engine's in the back. As we're taking our ride back to Threed, it is time for me to say that I hope I can live up to your expectations. After much hype, I'm going to tell you about the clerical mess that is the Runaway Five. Of the 6 band members of the Runaway Five, only 5 of them are true members. Like I said, it is common for musicians to just get additional temporary bandmates to play one show with them or something like that. If you're curious about which one is not official, it's the one that we did not see with the group just now, the keyboardist. That character's official name is surprisingly the least ambiguous of the bunch. Her official name is Keyboard, though this is only mentioned in Japanese media. The 5 official bandmates are named Lucky, Gorgeous, Nice, Okay, and Groovy. By the way, Lucky is the only one name dropped inside the actual game. The others are only in extended universe stuff. But just about every source out there differs greatly on which name is for which band member. A lot of people like to think that Lucky, who we have heard about giving that girl in Tucson the backstage pass and who ducked behind the clumsy robot and turned him off, is the tall, skinny green guy. He gave us a backstage pass as well, and, 5-letter name, L, and he's green. It sounds a lot like Luigi, so it makes sense that he would have a name that is very similar to it with Lucky. But that's not strictly the case. He has officially been called both Lucky and Nice, so he could be either. It's generally accepted by a lot of people online that the red chubby guy is gorgeous. The problem with that is that he's also been officially called Lucky. To summarize, that means that the only piece of concrete information we have is that one of the two band leaders is named Lucky, but we don't know which one. Personally, I like to think that the drum player is nice. He is always nice to us, he just seems like a good guy, and that would be a fitting name. I like to think the cello player is groovy because he sorta just looks like a groovy. And if it were me, I would have named the saxophone player Okay. He would be the odd one out because he's always that guy trying to sing about money and stuff when the other band's trying to focus. I think he would totally be called Okay, but I know that my theory is not better than anyone else's, and I'm in just the same boat as you are. I wish they would just release a manga or something that would set us all straight and say this is officially what we deemed it, though, because these guys are great. I love the Runaway Five, but we never know their names, and because Nez is a silent protagonist, he ain't about to ask them. All right, we made it. I'm sorry we couldn't do more for you. Remember, though, we're on your side. When you're having a tough time, just think of our songs and imagine the Runaway Five singing somewhere far, far away. By the way, why do you need to come back here? You must have forgotten some very important item or gadget here. How's that for a guess? Am I close? Well, you didn't have to tell me. See you later, and good luck. May they have a nice time on their next gig and not get screwed again. I like them. They're nice. Oh, what? What? I did not mean to sound so weird when I said what right there, but it sounded kind of cool. No problem here. I agree. There is no Hey, you're not so good about going through walls anymore, are you? Good thing that's ectoplasmic bars. I don't know if that's actually a ghost term. I assume it would be. Well, no, ectoplasmic reticulum is a part of a living cell, so maybe not. I thought there was something more to you than just your smile. Aw, that's such a granny thing to say. I love it. Okay. As nice as it was for the Runaway Five to save us the trouble of walking here, we can walk at about 1,000,000 miles an hour. And because we can walk about 1,000,000 miles an hour, we're going to Winters. Paula, you get the non-stick fry pan. I would also give Paula the coin of silence, though I don't want to do this. It sounds really weird, and I do recommend that you do this. You'll see why in due time. Whoa, that was quite a skip in the game right there. The next thing I want to do is go back to Fourside. I didn't want to hop on the Runaway Five's bus too quickly because if we go back to Jackie's Cafe... Good evening, hero. How about an espresso? Sorry about the other day. This Sidewalk Cafe isn't as profitable as it used to be. This is just a hangout for the regulars. I want to say thanks. Mana totally destroyed my life, but I've decided not to blame anyone. I'm having a wonderful time each and every day now. Thank you, thank you. It's kind of like how for forgiveness is not always for the wrongdoer, but sometimes so that you can move on. I've been trying to think of some funny jokes. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Wow, that's so funny. That should really make you laugh. Come on, laugh. If you hear any funny jokes, be sure to let loose and laugh. Please, I'm counting on you to laugh. Me. That hint I gave you was critical to helping you win. Happy. We rock. Enjoy your yellow coffee. Shouldn't be bad for your liver at all. Next, in Fourside, were two enemies that we never ran into. And Paula, I would never ever let you miss out on meeting the Magic School Bus. Or the Mad Taxi. Personally, I think this looks a lot like the Magic School Bus and how it was rendered in 3D in a lot of those 90s PC games. This is it revs and accelerates, which, Jeff, I can't believe that was only about 10% of the way to actually killing you. You're taking that getting hit by a car like a champ, a lot better than a lot of other kids would. They spew exhaust fumes, which I think lower your offense and defense, but besides that, they're not all that bad. Or actually, no, we just saw right there that it made it cry. It was totally scrapped. That's what you get for cosplaying as the Magic School Bus. Now, whoa. That was some weird layering stuff. Let's see if we can make it. Yeah, that's a good example of how not all buildings are properly layered. I've had a lot of people tell me that they've gotten masherized, and they're like, oh man, you should get masherized in this one specific area because it totally clips through, and you can, it totally clips through the scenery, and the mushroom's not on the right layer that it should be on. But that's actually a very common thing throughout the entire world. It's not exclusively here. I feel so much stronger now that Paula's back in the party, and the other enemy that we didn't see happens to be right here as well. Heal up right away. Paula, unfortunately, does not take getting hit by a car like a champ quite as much as Jeff does. What a strange talent to have, being good at being hit by cars. The Ohio 40 is a real highway, and that's a really great detail. Also, I swear it's fun and true trivia to tell you that writing the word "hi" between your eyeballs is how they greet each other in Ohio. The crazed sign is another very simple enemy that it's dead. It's able to use hypnosis on you, which I like to think it does by swaying back and forth like an upside-down pendulum. It's kind of funny. Sorry, car. Oh, no, it got me. I was about to say that trees are not mightier than cars, which is very realistic. The other thing crazed signs do is paralyze you. And for my interpretation of that, I like to think that they shapeshift into stop signs, and you can't help but obey their directions because there's cops everywhere, and they'll never believe your story that the sign has it out for you. Those two guys are all well and good, but another thing that I was kind of hoping would happen, and I thought would happen because the Fourside department store is such a spike in difficulty, and sometimes the 5 Masters of the Mines get you off guard, is the Fourside Hospital. We never had a reason to go here, but I wouldn't miss it for the world, because it's a place that I don't imagine too many people have ever talked to the NPCs in. Recently, a strange fellow has been wandering around the hospital saying he can cure you of all afflictions that we can't treat. Please be informed that he has no connection to the hospital. Fourside Hospital Management. I'll like you to shut down your competition even when they're superior to you. I know you the ins and outs of you healthcare system. We go upstairs. And we want to check the sign. This is not a hotel. Staying for the night is not permitted. Man, sucks if you need more than a day of recovery. I guess you're just out of luck. This is not that interesting of a bit of trivia, but there is unused text that was supposed to go on this sign. It is stored within the areas of hospital sign text and goes roughly in the same place as this one. It reads, "Members needed, popular music club. Those who have a guitar, bass, or drums apply now. Carcass Cathedral, Napalm Wound, Minky Cadillac, Sun Bunnies, The Creeps, Runaround Town Kinky Kids, Bjork, Takashi Hokazawa, or Horenzo. We welcome anyone who likes to listen to these bands. Only serious, mature fans need apply. Please contact Lou." I believe that is the only time that a character named Lou is ever referenced at any time in the script. Go crazy with your speculation as to why they would be posting this in a hospital. The real meat and potatoes, however, is a very creepy way to describe this kid and his grandma. Grandma's gonna get better, huh? I'm just enjoying being with my grandchildren. I'll be better soon. Do you have any grandchildren? Oh? At your age? Oh, the youth of today shock me. My lands. Oh, I've been looking forward to showing that one, and you can see why I was disappointed that Jeff never died. That is, I think, the best NPC that no one ever talks about, and yeah, like I said, wouldn't have missed her for the world. The grannies have some really choice lines, actually. Like, not that that's a standout trait in this universe, because everyone's got standout great lines. Everyone's quotable. But she's especially so. What do you say? Hick. I'm fine. Hick. I'm not drinking the... I hate these hiccups. Yes, they're... Another cappuccino here. I don't know, guys. Something tells me that something's not as it should be with him. I don't know if he's being entirely truthful. I think he's getting those hiccups from eating spoiled cappuccino that's yellow. Oh, that rude comment was a slip of the tongue. I feel like Monotoli should eat my shorts. Yes, sir. I actually didn't know he said that. That's a new one for me. The next place in Fourside to visit is, I am so sorry, Paula, that we are making you relive this over and over again, but I promise you, unless there is another channeling of Gygus' evil through some other object, you will be coming down those escalators alive this time, okay? Even though the escalators weren't the problem. Okay, you'll be walking out the door alive this time. Then again, you weren't dead. Never mind. My motivational speeches are terrible. Sports! We did not go here. Hey, dudes, it's summer. It's the manly time of the year. Time for sports, guys. What can I do for you? What'll it be today? He sells the Sandlot bat, the minor league bat, the Mr. Baseball bat, and the baseball cap. You know, dude, your inventory space is a total bummer. You'll set me up. Yeah, you'll set me up all right. You'll set me up for a scam. In addition to him, the least helpful of the shopkeepers, it's no wonder I forgot to talk to him, there is also a Photo Man location. I'm a photographic genius if it is myself. I can't remember, look at the camera. Surprisingly, Pokey's house is still pretty vacant. Pokey's mom is out and about. Picky is left home alone, and his dad is still missing. He didn't come home after that. It's now time for me to do a death-defying teleport. It's now time for me to do a death-defying teleport. Death-defying. Death-defying. I'll just go walk out into the streets like some peasant. Or not. I got dirt roads. I'll see you in town. Sorry for chewing up that bus ride and spitting it in your face, Runaway Five. I appreciated the gesture. But we are back to Threed now that we have done everything that we needed to do. Town used to be dark, but thanks to you, now it's bright. I'm glad. Even though you said that already, I don't even mind. It shows that you're not taking your bright days for granted and you're appreciating every single one as it comes. Glad to know our efforts were not on the spoiled. Actually, I'm kind of glad I got to see real zombies. Since the tunnel was cleared, many cars have started driving through it. It's incredibly noisy. Welp, so much for that. This guy I don't think says anything different. However, the two men that are gone now, if you were to visit them during your time in Fourside, they would have had different things to say. I didn't like fighting the zombies, but those days were never dull. It became really quite peaceful compared to before. You know, excitement might be hiding a lot closer than you think, if you yearn for days of excitement once again. Nothing too special about it, just remote text, and I want to show you rare sights. Obligatorily, no, we are not doing the 3 tent glitch again. I think we're going to save that for another time, but I will tell you new information about it. The reason why it happens, which I guess I should also restate right now that if it's your first playthrough, I don't recommend doing it. It can do funny things to your game that you don't want happening on a first playthrough, and I also recommend doing it on the re-releases because restore points are a lot more sure than in-game saves. Now, the 3 tent glitch happens because the entirety of EarthBound is in one giant 8,000 by 10,000 image. I like referring to this one big image as the Great Tapestry. The 3 tent is on the very edge of the easternmost side of the map. It is the furthest poking out point that there is. You would think that that's not a problem because you're not actually out of bounds, you're still in bounds, but it's so close to the edge that the game is checking what is to the east of Ness when you check that corner. And even though it's not always checking outside of it, there is a little bit of variance on it. When it does check outside of bounds, it ends up with garbage data and lots of weird stuff happens depending on certain things that are currently in memory. The game tries to do something it can't do, so its reaction is Reese's for breakfast, and then it explodes. As computers do. We go into the graveyard. We painted over all the damaged parts of the Skyrunner. Now I wonder how you start this thing up. That is an impressive paint job, but that is the only tool that you used. I want you to stay, but if you can't, so long. Thanks for every little old thing. Ah, here's the problem. It's not too tough to fix. Hang on for a second or two. That's about the last sound I would want to hear when somebody is touching my head. There. That should do it. Now if we board, the Skyrunner will take us back to Winters. With Dr. Anonut's help, I can modify the machine to fly to Summers. If Dr. Anonut's is available, I'll have to figure it out by myself. Anyway, let's go back to the lab in Winters. That's it. Go, machine, go! And with our farewell to Threed, we have now gone 3 whole visits without me telling you that it's called Threek in the Japanese version, not Threed. This place was just so chock full of wonderful things to talk about that there was always something I considered more important than telling you that. But now, I can. For a while, I thought, oh, well, Threek is kind of awkward to say, and even though it sounds like freak, with it being based on horror movies and stuff like that, you know, the name Threed is easier on the tongue, and you know, Threed, 3D, cheesy horror movies, it's still just as fitting. I wish it was something that nice. It's actually been stated in interviews it's because they were worried that people would read it as 3K. I don't need to go any further into this topic. So, yay, happy music! Let's listen to that instead.